Wow, everybody's really excited, I can tell.
Hello, I'm Neve. I'm very well. I am very excited for the event.
Yeah, I'm Corby. I'm also very excited.
And I'm Kat.
I'm Josh.
I'm Lorai. I'm 22. I'm in and from the Netherlands, and I'm doing good today.
I'm Alex in the hyphen, he, him pronouns, all that magical jazz. I'm super excited to be part of the project this time round.
I'm Cray.
Hey, I am Lee, also Wheelie.
I'm Morgan, aka Tempest.
I'm Tesh, Tessa, but on the internet I go by either Fresh or Tesh.
I'm Prue. That's it.
What do you do around here? What's your role?
I'm going to be emceeing, so presenting pretty much the first half of the day. I'm going to lead people from and to the different games. I'm going to introduce the day.
I'm going to be one of two MCs. I'm taking the afternoon-evening shift because I don't do mornings. And I'm really hyped to see how we close up the day and what targets we hit and all the giveaways, all the amazing giveaways.
A lot of things are being taken care of for me by the wonderful team. I've been very well prepared. So it's really just like show up. They said be your charismatic self and talk about the wonderful charities we're raising for.
I'm the everything person. I'm the lead coordinator. So basically, if something's about to fall through a crack, I catch it and I don't let it do that. I basically do everything that no one else is doing.
And I'm also a coordinator, which basically, so for those of you that don't know what coordinators are, we're basically, if you imagine like a wheel, and all of the teams are like the wheel around us that actually move the thing forward. The coordinators are the spokes that hold the wheel together. That's kind of like a good way to put it. So I'm a coordinator. So what I do for the coordinators is that I'm the team's liaison, like community liaison sometimes, which basically means that like I chair meetings, and when people have problems with the things that they need to know, like answers that they need from like other teams or from like other coordinators. Basically, I'm just like a single funnel so that not everybody's asking loads of different people all at once, and like I can just like slot it into the appropriate person and try and get the right answers that people need to help move the show forwards.
I am the lead producer. That means that I write a lot of documents, mostly. Yeah. It's mostly just admin. Lots of just communicating deadlines to people and project management and that kind of thing, and getting on people's cases and being generally bossy. And if I'm good at anything, it's being bossy.
We need bossy people around here. I know I'm a bit of a soft touch, so it's good to have people that are bossy. You go for it, buddy.
I am also a producer, and so I will be producing the game of Overgrown that you have potentially just watched. If something went catastrophically wrong, I wasn't the one producing it. Don't worry about it. It wasn't me.
I will sit in, I'm actually doing 2 shows this time around, so I'll sit on both of those. If someone needs me as a backup, or if someone is really new, then I will happily sit in on them, or even like run the producer's portion of the session 0 just to, help them make sure that they understand exactly what's going on. Yeah, because I mean, it's a volunteer thing, and it's also kind of a frontier occupation, streaming, like broadcasting to live streams. With the technology and budget levels that we do these things on. So we're frequently working with people who have not a lot of experience, or at least the experience they have is in bits and pieces that hasn't been like totally smushed together to make the thing that we're making before. I mean, I've been really lucky. The people I'm working with this time around, I worked with the last time around as well. And they're excellent, very capable people. I mean, Prue has so much more experience than I do broadcasting APs. So yeah, I have on more than one occasion, because they're such a wonderful human being. If someone wants something done, they tend to just be like, okay, I'll do it.
Yeah, that is also my
And
experience.
I've on a couple of times been like, Prue, no.
I mean, everybody
Yeah.
loves Prue. Can't help it.
Oh yeah.
I also run a fair bit of social media.
I also do a little tiny bit for like social media and just kind of answer DMs and stuff, but it's nothing major. That's kind of what I do. That's what I do.
You are wonderful at what you do. It is lovely having you on the teams with me.
Yeah.
Well, last year or back in May, I started out as a player, and then I liked it so much I wanted to be involved, basically. So this time I'm on the social media team and also on the Twitch mod squad. I mainly make posts for Instagram.
Cool.
So I set that up, and together with Kat, we make the posts.
But if people want to go follow that little social media endeavor on Instagram, you can find us at RollForGoodEU.
I'm a Twitch moderator.
So I am consistently part of the chat mod team for Twitch, making sure that everyone involved in the actual live stream is kept safe from things and stuff, as well as doing some GMing and other things around.
So I do all the stinger videos. So before each game, you see a little video. So for example, I'm assuming this has come out after Overgrowth, for example. The little video with Suburban popping out of the pumpkin and running across. That was put together by me. That was really actually an entire graphics thing because we all contribute by accident. But I make those videos. So I made those for. I've made one for another one of the intervals. And I've made some of the stuff for Twitter, some of the videos for Twitter. I did some teasers for games, and I did the teaser for the entire thing when we first announced it.
They mostly do stuff that Kat tells me.
I am the tyrant.
Yeah, no.
Team leader, I think, is actually the
Yeah,
appropriate
team leader,
terminology.
I
Yes.
can draw that well, but I can make little icons and I make layouts, so I do that if that's possible, and if that's not possible, then Kat will do all the other stuff.
So
That's
so
really
you're
nice.
responsible for making like all of like the assets and the layovers and things like that. Is that your?
Some to often, I say. I mean, like half of Kat, I would say.
Yeah,
You also did all the new color schemes
Ah,
and
yeah,
all the
yeah.
little icons that we got to use for
yeah, you
Halloween.
put all the little like palettes together and stuff. We were like,
Yeah, that was a lot of
honestly,
fun.
that waking up to that was like waking up to Christmas Day when we were like,
Ah.
here's all these little like palettes that all have like little spooky names. Like we were like,
Yeah.
oh, this is so cool. We love this.
That's the secret. You have to give it a really weird name. to
Yeah, we
make
loved it though. It
interesting.
was so much
Yeah.
fun.
Aw.
I am responsible for Sir Burbington and I will not apologize for it.
The
You
world.
don't have to. You don't have to.
Not Roll for Good, not Twitch, the world. Thank you for
Yeah.
your
Thank you.
contribution.
It's-
I know.
Never
I
has a mascot been so beloved as
I need
Suburbanton.
my Nobel Peace Prize. Like
Honestly, I will nominate you. I will do it.
now.
So aside from Suburbanton, what else do you do? Like, what else are you kind of responsible for around Roll for Good?
I feel like I'm a bit of a jack of all trades and I kind of dip in where I'm needed. So as Corb was saying, I helped out with the overlays just because of time constraints. And I do some animations for social as well. Most of the stuff I do tends to be character puppet stuff. So if there's like an animated character, probably me. If it's text, probably Neve. But we kind of have a lot of back and forth. Like Neve mentioned on one of the openings, it's kind of like a mix of everyone's. And that's what I think is fantastic. Like somebody can draw some icons and then like I can do a character animation and then Neve takes that and puts it all together and it looks fabulous. And I think that's when we really shine, when we all do stuff together.
Yeah, we also had fun. The other week we were hanging out in your stream, Kat, as you were doing the little electric dice changer.
Yeah, one of the Be Right Back screens.
Oh, is
There's
that a Be Right Back screen?
Yeah.
Yeah, all those little animations are mostly a Kat's little
Anytime people are on a bio break, you'll be looking at my animations.
The funny thing about graphics, and I'll let you guys in on a little secret at home, is sometimes you say a thing in general chat. You're like, wouldn't it be fun if Birmingham was a witch? And then you wake up in the morning, and in the chat, in the Discord, is a picture of Birmingham as a witch. And it just magically happens.
Yeah, because Cat is crazy. That's like you just
Honestly,
have to say
fair.
it. Yes.
We need some like color palettes, and then like people just knocked up like 7 of them. We were like,
That's true. That was called.
yeah. And then sometimes we're just like, oh, can we get like a little video for a little thing? And then Neve's like, I got this. It's just so funny. Like, you guys work your butts off, and you're so fast. I don't think people appreciate how quick you guys are.
We did step up our game compared to the last one. I mean, we have animations. That's like 3 different for the intermissions. We have like crazy video stuff. It's like holy.
I've basically made cartoons
Just-
during the
yeah.
breaks.
Just full home run, guys. Honestly, we love you. Thank you so much.
Oh, I'm a GM.
You're a GM.
So yeah, I'm doing almost everything.
So, what drew you into Roll for Good? Like, what did you want to take part? Like, what kind of got you interested in Roll for Good?
It's all because of me. It's my fault, ultimately. If you really want to dig deep enough, it's my fault. I was on UK and Europe tabletop role-playing game Twitter a lot during the COVID-19 lockdown. A lot of us found tabletop gaming as a hobby. D&D has found this huge resurgence, so have many other fantastic tabletop role-playing games. The hobby is really kind of blooming into this kind of new life as people like found it during the pandemic. And then it was just culturally dominated by US voices. I have nothing wrong with US voices. My friends are stateside, a lot of them, and I adore them and I play with them. But sometimes you want to go to events in your time zone. Sometimes you want people who will just understand that slightly different sense of humor you've got. You know, sometimes you just need something that feels a bit more culturally for you and not for someone else. And so I was like, well, damn, I can't find a UK and Europe community hub, so I'll make one. And I did. And now it has a couple hundred members. And those couple hundred members were like, we should do something good with this community. Why don't we do a charity event? And lo and behold, the charity event began. First time around, I technically wasn't a coordinator, but I was basically doing coordinator stuff without the fancy shiny title. So I'm back for round 2, coordinator style. Hell yeah, let's go. So yeah, it all came from a community for me, and it was a community I started and I ran and I love. So that's why I joined. It was like, well, these are people I love doing things that I love with a community I love. Why wouldn't I be there? It kind of just all made sense for me.
I think for me, I was kind of in the UK, EU, TTRPG community. Like, me and Prue are good friends. We share a bunch of tables together. We hang out sometimes. And then, so there was all this chatter, and there was like all these volunteers. And I think actually it was my idea to be like, I think maybe you guys need people who are like dedicated people to like manage the project or like coordinate the project, which is what ultimately the thing became. Because like, I've been an events organizer for like a really long time, probably like 12 or 13 years at this point. Usually for charity, not always for charity, sometimes for profit as well. But I always love doing charity stuff. And then when they were looking for coordinators, I was like, I'll put my hat in the ring. I've done this for a long time. I can do this. And now I'm here. And now I live here. This is my life. I live here. This is my life. This is my life.
The thing that brought me to Roll for Good was that Josh, to start with, is my actual brother.
It's true.
We're literally related. And we played D&D because this entire thing is based on TTRPGs, and I play D&D with Josh and Prue, who is one of the coordinators as well. And they were like, we're doing this thing. And I was like, oh, awesome, because I started doing videos. I was like, I can see if I can help and do like stinger videos for these things. And then I got involved with these two, and then it was very much I got not even roped in. I just heard about it from people I love, and then and you know, like, especially when we announced that we were working with Mind, like Mind and like mental health charities are very, very close to me. Like, it's like the second closest charity to my heart. So that like just spurred me on to do even more stuff, basically.
Well, I actually remember when I think there was on the UK Discord in the TTRPG general channel.
Yep.
There was a discussion about this, and I don't want to brag, but I was there in the first hour, so to speak. Which, like, hey, we should do something for charity. Okay, and then this all happened. You know, it's like, okay, and yeah, it's fun. Like, what more is there to say? We just did a massively successful charity stream, and we do it again now, and that's very nice.
Similar to Corb, like it was through the EU UK tabletop Discord. It was cool because I like to do like fundraising for charity, and I'd usually do like fun runs, but then COVID happened and that became less of a viable option. So when people started talking about it, I was like, oh, this seems cool because I can help with this. And like I can kind of just move my attention over here, and it's been super fun.
So I joined the UK and EU TTRPG server I think within a month of it starting, and just really enjoyed the community and felt like I'd really found sort of my people on the internet, if you know what I mean. And it was just brilliant. And I had been running my own stream channel since November of 2020, which I swear to God is there's only a coincidence that there was a pandemic. I was planning it before.
Planning the pandemic? Tempest?
No.
No!
But yeah, I was streaming and I'd done my own actual play, and so when the opportunity presented itself to produce with this particular group of people, I was like, heck yeah.
Well, obviously, I know you, and I know all the hard work that you put into it. I loved watching it last time round and keeping up with everything. We've done smaller little sort of fundraising sessions as well, and they're just really fun. And it's like it's doing stuff that we like to do with friends that we love to raise money for a good cause.
Yeah.
I've been aware of Roll for Good pretty much since the beginning, because it was always I did a charity thing in April and you were going to do it in May, so it was always like, with people's availability and stuff, they always said like, oh, but make sure that it's not in May, we're doing another thing in May. So I kind of through Prue and through other people that were also involved in it already knew that there was this like UK European charity thing that was going to happen in May. And yeah, ever since then, like a lot of my friends are participating or interested or promoting, and it's really just, I mean, charity is great. Doing it with your friends is even better. Doing it on a European UK platform, even better. So,
well, first of all, I'm lucky enough to play at a table with you, Josh. So through you, I heard about this event, Roll for Good, and I looked it up. They were looking for volunteers, and I thought it was a great charity event. And I didn't have plans for Halloween, so
now you do.
yeah. Now I do, and the best kind of plans.
I was kind of around for the initial discussions. I was on furlough from work at the time and looking for something to occupy my time while also doing something good.
So what do you love most about like doing like MC stuff? Like what's your favorite thing about that? Oh no. Oh dear.
I don't know, I just like creating posts and funny content, but also yeah, just being a part of something raising money for good.
Oh, this is a question that I asked of all the producers in our first meeting together. And we all had variations on the same answer, which is basically that we like being in control of things. I'm a freak for spreadsheets. I love project management. I love pushing all the buttons and directing all the people while they're live on stage. I worked in theater for a while, and when I was a kid, it was always a debate whether or not my favorite jobs were stage managing or acting. So
I mean, one or both, you know?
I also thought about joining the Twitch staff because I've been on Twitch for years. I've moderated. I've been a viewer for most of it, but I've moderated for years as well. And it's just one of those things, especially for community events like this, where it's just all about the good vibes and what good we can do. That just it's satisfying to keep a quick check on things, just so other people's experience is not ruined. Because somebody has to, because there's a lot of people around Twitch. That's why we need moderators. So just in case there's a risk, you always need a quick press of a button.
Quick banhammer.
Yeah.
Bonk, come away.
And I enjoy doing that, let's be honest.
I mean, who doesn't love... Well, we hope we never have to wield the banhammers, but it is always very satisfying when we do.
Yeah.
I like seeing familiar names. I'm a big fan when you see communities sprout out and you get to see familiar names pop up again and again and again in a chat. 6 hours, 2 days apart, seeing the community form in a window is something special to this type of event and this type of media.
Roll for Good's very much about community as well, and this, like, just with Corb and Cat, like, the three of us working the way we do, which Josh talked about, is just incredible. I've never actually had that before, just working so much in sync and just literally just going, I've had this idea, would this work? Or, why won't it do this? Or should I do this? Like, and just getting instant feedback and, like, but all being constructive, and even, like, the honesty as well, just going like, yeah, if that doesn't work, you need to, like, just tweak this a little bit, which is great, which I really love. And I love these two so much. Like, they're so awesome.
Cutie. Cool, what about you?
Yeah, I can you can say that again. I think it's the expression I don't know. I don't speak this language. It's like I like working in a team. It's like the first time I really worked in a kind of professional way with a graphics team before, because I didn't have that in my old job, and it's really nice that we have such a nice dynamic. And everyone is kind and like, hey, okay, you can do that to make it look a bit better, and no harsh feelings, no harsh words. It's just like productive fun. And that's really cool, because the industry is normally like, oh, you have to do that in that deadline, and if you don't, we will hate you forever, and the users will all don't like you or something like that. I don't know. But like the industry is very, very not very motivational, I would say. And with this year, you can just do fun stuff and everyone likes it.
What Neve and Corb have already said, that as well. It's really nice having creative freedom to put your own personality into the projects. So with, like, the coordinators or the producers saying, oh, hey, we need an overlay, or oh, hey, we need videos for the channel, we can be like, we're kind of left to our own devices so that we can put that together, and then we can pitch it with each other, and that usually helps the ideas grow, because it's really great getting ideas from other teams because they're usually wild. But the thing about having the ideas in graphics is everybody has a more of a practical mind about it. Everyone knows how long things are going to take, and like there's a bit of a synergy going on, and it's just really nice to have like a well-oiled team.
I think I love being good at it, as much as that sounds arrogant. If I had hair, I would toss it. Some things slip through the cracks. Sometimes people are really stressed and they don't tell you, and they don't show the signs of it on the surface. There is never a perfect solution. There is never an easy time of it, in all honesty. There is always something that's going to go wrong. For example, I'm now GMing a game, but I think I am good at noticing when things need to be done, trying to help other people do them and take care of people while I do it. And I think that's all I really want to do in this role. I want to spot the things no one else is spotting, quickly point them out, make sure everybody is happy and comfortable while I do it, and just see what happens from there. I think I just really like being able to have that kind of caretaker position almost. It just feels really satisfying to be able to be like, oh, I've already done this for you, or oh, you don't seem too good, can I help you out? And someone is like, yeah, of course, here's how you can assist me. Just feels really nice to be able to kind of be somebody's backstop, and just be like secretly behind the scenes, you know, not expecting any credit, just working away, making sure all of the building blocks are in place so that then everyone else can have a really good time. I just find that really satisfying.
Kind of the same, honestly. And
Mm.
obviously, I have lots. I have a lot. Like, I have a lot less to do with just like when everything goes wrong or whatever, because like we have like more like defined roles or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But like the same. It's like I like helping people.
Yeah.
Like it's just good. It's just good to get things kind of like organized and ready to go, and like look, and then at the end of the day, just be like, hey, cool, we raised like £3,580 for Mind.
Oh, the charity bit is really satisfying. Even
Yeah.
as a not coordinator, just watching donations come in and people want to help us to help other people, kind of thing. You know?
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
it's really magical.
And that's what I really love about this, is it's just like I always say that, like, because I work I'm a healthcare professional, basically. Is the long and short of it. And I'm not like a frontline like staff member, but the way that I always see my job is that I'm a little cog in a machine that helps people,
Yeah.
and that's how I feel about Roll for Good.
Yeah.
It's just like I'm a little cog that helps things work and like make good
And
changes
what
for
a
good
wonderful
people.
little cog you are. Look at you, the best cog.
I try my best.
I'm sure if Tal was here and able to share what he liked about it, he would have lots of very wonderful things to say, but I'm pretty sure spreadsheets would be up there. I think the coordinators all really like organizing,
Yeah,
and having things squared away.
yeah. He loves spreadsheets. That's his thing. He's in
And
charge
he
of all the
makes very good
forms, all the spreadsheets, and me and Prue sit here like, how did you do this? This is wizardry.
I assume you're watching.
Yeah,
Hi,
inciting
Tal.
chaos in the chat.
I signed up for both a GM and a Master Ceremony, but I'm actually secretly more comfortable as Master of Ceremony because like presenting and talking to people is something that comes naturally to me, something I've practiced a lot while Twitch streaming. Like I've done a lot of accidental, because of tech issues, just chill streams. So like I know that I can do it in a stressful environment. I know that I can do it in a relaxed environment. Because of that, because if you can do something while you're stressed, you can do it even better while you're relaxed.
Hell yeah.
So it's also always been really fun for me to engage with people, like engaging and talking to people and like having them respond to what's going on and what I say is one of the most fun things of streaming. And that's really just what this role is. So
honestly, probably interacting with chat and getting people to tell us how much of a good time they're having and sharing in the good time that we're having. And yeah, just getting to speak to people that I would never have otherwise met in the world. And like, we're all here to share the same passion and the same interest. And it's amazing.
what is my favorite TTRPG? I'm gonna be a real basic bitch here, but I have a good reason. I really love D&D 5th edition because it is the first TTRPG I ever played only 4 years ago now, and I kind of had a bit of a pause in between, and then after about 2 years ago I got back into it, and I've basically not had a week without D&D unless it was purposeful since. It's just the right amount of well-known, so a lot of people play it that I know, relatively easy to learn, especially if you're like, fuck it, we're doing Rule of Cool now. Relatively like it's not too chunky. I don't like my games too crunchy. I definitely prefer GMing because I like being in control of things, but it's way more than that. It's also just it really touches my heart to see people engaging with the world I create, and it also offers like a huge amount of versatility with who you play, what you play, and you kind of get to guide everybody around a world that you make, and it's the best feeling if people love a world that you make.
I really liked Urban Shadows, which holds a place in my heart because that was the first one that we ever played UDM'd. However, we have got one coming up that I haven't played before, but I'm really excited for this Honey Heist.
Honey
on the
Heist, we love
weekend.
Honey Heist.
I'm really excited to play that for the first time, and I'm still debating what type of bear I want to be. I'm thinking polar bear.
Nice. We had, if you remember, we had Honey Heist in May, and we also had an interview with the amazing Grant Howard, which you can find on our YouTube channel.
Oh, amazing.
Well, I'm actually quite new to TTRPGs still, so I've only played so far Dungeons and Dragons and City of Mist. So I don't know. I don't have a lot of options. I like them both, but I think I'm still mainly into D&D so far.
Well, it is Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition because I haven't done any other one. Yeah, and I'm a newcomer to the whole scene, so I'm just there like a kid in a candy store looking around and being like, "This is so cool."
So I am a sucker for the Forge in the Dark system. It is a perfect system for me personally. And as for favorite, like you're in a toss up between Scum and Villainy, which I have the physical book for there, which I have like some really special memories with that game. Or Beam Saber, which I've ran for
Well, for good
before. Yeah, and just kind of sits in my wheelhouse of doing a lot of really cool and interesting things in the genre.
I'm gonna go really boring. It's D&D 5th. Like, I really like I do like other ones, but I think it's just you love your first, if that makes sense. Like so much, like D&D holds a really special place in my heart. It was a really difficult part of my life with university and my gender stuff, and like just D&D 3.5 is what I started with, but just D&D in general has like helped me a load, and I wouldn't have the friends I have now and just the memories I had at university and stuff. It's the boring answer. It's the go-to answer, but I really like D&D.
No such thing as wrong answers here at all.
After hearing about it, Glitter Hearts, which I'm playing in, it's like I just want to play a magical girl. To be honest, it's like it's a dream come true, and I'm really looking forward to it. So that's my favorite RPG in the moment.
My absolute favorite. It's a hard one to a hard question to answer because there's so many and I love so many for different reasons. One of my favorites is a very, very chunky and numbers heavy system called Exalted. And I love it because it's just like a martial arts movie meets anime, and it's ridiculous. It's very number heavy, but your characters can do some banana stuff, and you're just these ridiculously powerful chosen of the gods who just gets to shape the world as you see fit, and it's an incredible setting.
That sounds fun.
It is so fun.
Like I'm gonna cop out and answer twice, right?
Yeah, please.
So like my daily player, the thing that like if you're just like Josh, do you want to play? And the answer will always be yes. Is Dungeons and Dragons 5th Ed.
Absolutely.
Specifically, like the Ravenloft setting of Dungeons and Dragons 5th Ed. Like that's my jam.
You're a big nerd for Ravenloft.
I am. I'm a big Ravenloft nerd. I love Curse of Strahd. I love all the settings. I love horror D&D. I think it's really interesting that like in a big damn hero system, like you can do things that scare people, and I really like that. And my other answer, kind of similarly on theme, is that we kind of touched on some Powered by the Apocalypse games, and one that you didn't mention that is actually it was the first TTRPG I ever ran for like my friends, was Urban Shadows, which is a modern urban horror game, basically about like like a fantasy city, and you have like 4 factions, like wizards, humans, and like vampires and things, and like fairies, and basically everybody owes each other favors, and you have to like cash in favors. It's kind of a bit noiry. It's kind of like a really simple version of like Vampire, the way that I imagine Vampire playing, where it's like nobody's friends, but everybody's kind of like
Coexisting.
Yeah.
I don't really think I have a favorite.
It's like picking between your children.
I really don't think I have a favorite, because it's one of those where a lot of them shine with a lot of amazing gaming, and a lot of them that I play a lot have their flaws.
I don't have an answer to that. I've never been the person, whether or not it's music or films or books, to have favorites. To me, like, a favorite implies that I would be content reusing or reabsorbing or re-experiencing that thing over and over again. And I am not that person. I am incredibly fickle. I am very detail oriented and often incredibly unsatisfied with just about everything. So
Lots of people make really, really amazing games, but I do think that, like, sometimes I meet people and they have found that system that is just like their system, and they just love it, and everything about it clicks, and the whole thing makes perfect sense, and it balances what they need from crunch with what they need from roleplay, with how easy it is for them to GM it versus play it. I actually don't think I found that for me yet, and that's fine, because I'm here really loving all of the games I play.
I would say I'm more of an indie TTRPG person. So I've been playing some solo APs lately. I started playing, or I played a game of The Sealed Library lately, which is a Wretched Alone game, written by Matt Sanders, who's a member of our community. And I've been trying to learn Blaze in the Dark, because I should be playing some of that soon. And also my pal Rick and I both work together on designing games. We're currently designing a D&D and hack. We're hoping to move on to Blades in the Dark next for our next writing project together. And I'm also trying to learn Vampire the Masquerade, because I have some really great friends who are as obsessed with vampires as I am and would like to play a game, so I might run a game of that.
I also want to give a shout out to Dread, only because you said horror games and this is Halloween weekend, and Dread has been basically impossible to play for 1.5 years because you have to play it with a Jenga tower. Dread is a game where instead of dice, every time you do something that challenges your character, which typically in a tabletop game, that means rolling a dice or drawing a card. Instead, you pull a brick from the Jenga tower, and then if on your turn you pull a brick that makes the tower fall, you die.
We should
That's
buy that.
it. And so it is really good, because the mechanics are tense as well as the story, because you're there like, oh, I don't want to die to this zombie horde, just pulling this brick, hoping for the best.
Well, I think that's kind of all we got time for. I can see Sir Burbington sort of beckoning their feathery fingers back at me. Gang, thank you so much, Prue. We love you. We couldn't do it without you.
Thank you, Josh, as well, for doing all of these interviews and being lovely coordinator being that you are.
Thanks so much, Josh.
Bye-bye.
Hey, goodbye.
Bye.
Bye. Mwah.